Hello and welcome to the Daily Conspiracy Podcast. We don't take days off because reptilians don't take days off. How you doing, Oliver?
Mate, when I look at your image, it's kind of like I feel like it's that
debonair.
That time that when I decided to eat that fungus and that chocolate at the same time.
I'm quite into the blur filter on that's now been baked into StreamYard. I'm not gonna lie, I think I quite like it.
Should I do it?
If you want.
I don't know how.
I don't know if you can. Oh, you doing the settings? You can do the settings now if you want. It's just the two of us. It's not like we're doing anything for a lot of people.
Just the two of us.
And there's a reason it's just the two of us as well, isn't there? So.
I've got fizzy water. I love fizzy water.
I like fizzy water as well. It's good. It doesn't quench your thirst, though.
No, it doesn't. That's weird. Yeah. I always seem to fucking drink like a gallon of it.
Would you like
piss
to
like
know?
A racehorse.
Would you like to know why, Oliver? Would you?
Oh, it's got AIDS on it.
Kind of. So, certain drinks you get that are like not what you call hydrating. It's because I can't remember what it is that's in them, but they actually strip they strip electrolytes and minerals from your mouth as you're drinking rather than replacing them. So for instance, if you get like a really nice ice cold pint of water and crumble a little bit of like Himalayan salt in or sea salt, not a lot, you don't want to like drink the sea, you drink it and it feels like you feel dead hydrated. Or if you drink like some of these sparkling water drinks that are supposedly just like sparkling flavored water or something like that, when you drink them, it feels like your mouth's dry after you've finished drinking them. It's because they've got so little like minerals and like electrolytes in the drink that instead of sort of depositing things on the way down, they're actually stripping you of your electrolytes as you drink them.
Amazing. Tell me about the fucking aliens.
Look, it's not my fault. You brought it up. So we should have had, people that listen to yesterday's podcast will know this anyway. We should have had Moneypenny on the show today. She's a British journalist that used to work for the BBC. She was going to come on and talk to us about this work she's been doing, looking into the like subterranean hidden UFO that Ross Coulthard was talking about.
A crashed UFO so big they built a building over it.
Just did it. I don't think they ever said crash, did they?
Oh, actually, no, they didn't.
Yeah. See, I've got a funny feeling that these things that I'm not down with the crashing of the stuff. You see, in the same way as I'm not down with the space people.
I'm not down with the crashing stuff.
No, I think I think there's a grand unifying theory about all this stuff, you know. Now, if you take a little bit of Hancock stuff, you take a little bit of Zachariah Sitchin stuff, you take a little bit of Terence McKenna stuff, and all of a sudden you've got this picture of a like an ancient past of people that were more spiritually advanced and more technologically advanced, and due to some cataclysm or something like that, it's been left to the fucking like ghosts of
To the
time.
Neanderthals to handle.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Moneypenny's not joining us tonight because
well, she was attacked online. She was attacked online by UFO Twitter, essentially. The usual suspects that you see in the X spaces. In case anyone's ever wondering, one of the reasons you will have never heard mine or Oliver's voice on an X space ever. We kind of realized early days of the X spaces when it comes to this stuff is there's no actual listeners in X spaces. It's all like wannabe UFO influencers, and it's either a circle jerk or it's a half circle jerk, half debunk jerk. Either way, there's too much cum for me. And that's
barrel of cum.
That's saying something. But yeah, so we've always stayed away from it. Moneypenny went and did an X space. She got fucking ravaged by, I think there was the Average Chris guy, fucking, no doubt that Grant guy was somewhere, where do it, the Lou Angeles, and yeah, like, so that happened. She messaged me and said, look, I wasn't down for this, I'm not here for it, so, like, unfortunately, I'm not going to do the interview, I'm not going to, like, I just don't want to do it. So it's fine. Like
all she did was do a little bit of research with Grok and put.
And she thought she found something. That's all she did.
And it was really fucking interesting.
It was really interesting.
And people are fucking dicks.
Well, I think there's twofold here as well. First of all, I don't think I don't want to come across as being like the progressive male feminist or anything like that. But I don't think it would have happened if she was a man.
Really?
I've noticed it with these lot before. Look what happened.
I know the people you're talking about. Yeah.
It's if there's a woman involved, and there's very rarely do you get women involved in the UFO stuff anyway. But I can think of Angeli, who's going to be our guest in a couple of weeks, if not next week. Actually, I have to check the calendar. Amy from what's the Good Morning UFO podcast.
She used to be Alien Girl 111.
Yeah.
Lovely lady. How anybody can say a fucking bad word about her, I do not know.
It's crazy. Like it's like fucking kicking a shih tzu. It's stupid.
You just know that these people that do that are the type of boyfriend. I'm not going to say that does anything.
They're the type
like
of boyfriend
violent, but they're the type of boyfriend that is probably controlling and fucking.
No. I think they're the type of boyfriend that want a boyfriend, but they're not brave enough to say. There's got to be some reason. There's got to be some reason why they fucking hate women. Maybe they've been locked up in a relationship that they don't feel comfortable in, or something like that. But there's something for maybe just too many rejections. I mean,
the girlfriend opens the present and it's a strap on, and she's like looking at it, and it's like, well, you know,
yeah,
I thought you'd want that.
The end's been pre-spat on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think it's just a power dynamic. That's all. They group together. They feel they've got power over people. But she then so anyway, always going to be respectful with people that try and come on the show. If people don't want to come on the show, it's perfectly fine. I obviously wouldn't because I mean this lady was doxxed as well. You know, like her family's names and stuff were put out. I think there was some about a couple of members of her family. I can't remember what the message said now, like verbatim. Nor would I read it, to be perfectly honest.
Listen, for anybody who's listening to this now, if you're one of them, if you think you're gonna dox somebody because they make a discovery, or they talk about something that you think is nonsense, and you feel like that you're gonna bring their family into it, go fuck yourself. Seriously, because
mate,
Wow.
It's the same. Like what I hadn't realized this stuff went on. I know we've said this before on the show, but I didn't realize this stuff went on until we had Ashton on. And like, I think it's hilarious that guy came out with a theory on a UFO video. It's not like it was his video that was out. He had a theory on it. Some people don't like it. Some people do like it. That doesn't matter. Genuinely, for this conversation, doesn't even matter if they're fucking fake. But like, you then had Average Chris again, Lou Angeles. It's like Greg or Gary or something like that. It's fucking. He should be a Gary. There's no good Garys.
Well, we have a good Gary.
Do we?
Yeah, Gary the patron that comes on.
Oh, Gary the patron. No, that like he's like a Gary in disguise, though, isn't he? He's more of a Nathan.
Yeah.
I
doesn't wear Gary well, does he?
He doesn't wear it well. No. If anything, he changed his name to infiltrate them. But yeah,
he's not even called Gary. We just called him Gary.
I know. Yeah, the thing with these people is that they jumped in on Ashton, started because he's got a security clearance because of his job in the health service, because it's like it involves the medical records of servicemen, so that's why he needs a security clearance to do his job. They started like messaging the MOD, messaging his work, talking about this work he was doing about UFOs behind the scene. They were trying to get a security clearance revoked, which would have lost him his job. And then these same people, they make countless videos of Ashton calling him a fucking retard, saying he's trying to make money off the death of innocent people, even though the families of those people were also fucking like none of those. Well, no, I'm not going to say none of those people. Let's say some of those people in those families also have questions about what happened to their fucking loved ones and don't believe they're at the bottom of the fucking ocean. And they made all these horrible videos about this guy, and then eventually, when it was too fucking much for him, and he started fucking swinging some weight around, going like, "You're a prick, you're a prick, you're a prick." Every one of them turned around and said, oh, "How could Ashton be so fucking horrible to us? We're simply asking questions." And it's the same. It's been the same thing all along. They're fucking cowards, and they just want to fucking ruin people. I don't understand why that happens. But the interesting thing is, and I don't think this necessarily has anything to do with those people, because I don't credit them with the ability or the power to do this sort of thing. So the sign-off message I said to Moneypenny was, if you want to come on, we're happy to talk to you. You know, it's we're probably a good place for you to come and talk about this sort of stuff, because we're fairly safe when it comes to stuff like that, and we're not really the drama farmers. I've beaten that out of Holly. And she messaged back saying, "No, right, respectfully, I can't do it." I said, "No problem. I hope everyone's okay. All the best." So after we finished recording last night, when we had Rich on, my phone binged about 1:45 in the morning, I think it was, and I still haven't spoken to Moneypenny since about this, so I've got no updates from it.
Are we allowed to speak about this, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, her website's been taken down, so that's all. That's all I know. I haven't. There was other stuff she mentioned in the previous message, but like I say, I'm not going to read out somebody's messages on a podcast. But which she just messaged me saying, "No, everything's not great. Actually, my website's just been taken down." So immediately, I thought I'd go on to check. Went in, fucking big black screen. Security. First of all, it warned me trying to go onto the website. Then when I clicked,
warned you saying what?
Just like a security prompt, you know, like, are you sure the website you're going to is safe?
Right.
I continued because I've already been on that website, and then when I did that, it's like whatever the security thing is didn't like post or whatever you call it, and it just threw me out. So the website's not there. I find that fucking incredibly interesting. Like, look, she's not massive, but she's still got like nearly 50,000 X followers. She's like, when you look at the tweets she does, she gets reasonable interaction. It's clear she's got some actual human beings that are interacting with her, and it's not like bot traffic or anything like that. But personally, like, I don't know if you still got the videos that she posted up to Ross Coulthard. Maybe you could find them. Maybe we could play both of them back to back just to give some context here.
I'm gonna say, because some of his audience might actually not know what we're talking about. Yeah.
But if anything, like this has given her more validity to me. Like that, I did message her this afternoon again. Said, look, like if you change your mind about coming on, like I'm super interested in how this can affect people and what risks people are actually taking, sticking their head above the parapet for this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Right, you ready?
Yeah.
So this is the original that came out.
Hi, this is Moneypenny. This is a message to Ross Coulthard. You have 3 hours from now to contact me, and you have my contact details. We've spoken before. To be able to stop me revealing where a giant UFO, a huge giant UFO, is underneath a massive high security building. And now I have the evidence, and I'm going to release it in 3 hours' time, unless you contact me and tell me there is a very important national security issue that would stop me. Because I believe, in the interests of disclosure and of everybody who has been struggling with deception and secrets for far too long, that we have a right to know this. You told us about it more than 2 years ago. It's about time people knew the truth. 3 hours, counting. Speak to you soon, Ross.
So that's the video that went crazy, and Ross did not comply.
Have we got his reply?
I don't think he did a direct response.
He did a direct response.
Did he?
Yeah. Before this.
Are you talking about the one that they says, "Well, fuck you"? Because that wasn't to Moneypenny. That was just to people. No, that was to everybody. Like all of you UFO, all of ufology asking for him to tell us where it is.
I thought he did. I thought he replied.
Well, you can have a look for it while I play this, because this is what she came up with.
Good afternoon. I'm Moneypenny, and what you're about to hear is the result of a few days of joint investigative research work with my colleague ChatGPT-5. Together, we believe we have identified the one US military building most likely to be concealing a massive UFO, possibly mentioned by Ross Coulthard. Here's what we know. Our lead took us to Offutt Air Force Base, Nebraska, headquarters of the US Strategic Command. For decades, this was Strategic Air Command's home, the command center for every American nuclear bomber and missile. Then, in 2012, construction began on something new, the Command and Control Facility, known as C2F. At first glance, it's just a high-security headquarters, but the facts are extraordinary. It is built on what was once the Warrior 9 golf course, a 916,000 square foot facility costing a staggering $1.3 billion, more per square foot than the Pentagon. Documents from the Department of Defense Inspector General reveal some very strange anomalies about underground space beyond the original plans, and underground fire, flooding incidents, costly delays, electromagnetic protection, and it is built a building within a building with a particular electromagnetic shield, normally reserved for the most secretive nuclear bunkers. In August 2015, right in the middle of the construction, a witness in Bellevue, inside Offutt's own perimeter, reported a silent triangular craft estimated 750 feet across the size perfectly matching the footprint of the building rising around it. And to that, its strange sighting, a crown jewel command node placed in a floodplain where 1/3 of the base went underwater in 2019. And the strict access rules, meaning that many of the staff upstairs are never allowed to see the lower levels. Of course, I can't tell with absolute certainty that this is the object. And there are many military buildings across the US to look at. But there are some very unique and strange things, even above what I've said, that put this pretty high on the list. Let's look at the exact date of that UFO sighting, which has a reference under the new form code, whatever it is. 21st of August 2015 was the day that this massive 800-foot, possibly triangular UFO was spotted and reported. And on that same date, in the notes, the official notes that go to the US government about a sudden change in plans and a massive demand for more money, they went in on that day. So on the day the UFO is seen, reported even, a massive building project that's been going on for a long time changes and demands more money. There is much more to this. And obviously, I can hear you saying, but Ross Coulthard said it wasn't in the United States. Well, quite frankly, having watched Jay interview Ross Coulthard, I think he was possibly a little bit squibbly when he said it. He looks drunk as a skunk, I think. Anyway, the point being is, even if Ross Coulthard was referring to a destination in Australia, I think it's Exmouth or something, it's quite possible because he uses plurals about buildings built around objects, that there is more than one example of the United States having built buildings around giant UFOs. Or indeed, maybe this UFO that Ross saw not in the United States flew over from Australia. Who knows? Ross was a little bit piddy when he said so. But I'll tell you something. There is a very odd, underground, massive facility built under this place in Nebraska, which is exactly the right size to host a giant UFO that has been spotted and reported on the same day that all the construction and all the finance changed. And a building that is more expensive than the Pentagon has got to have some secrets, don't you think?
Would you like to see the building, Ollie?
I would love to see the building, Lee.
I thought you'd say that, Ollie. I'm going to show you the building.
Show me that fucking building.
So this, obviously, for
that's a good shape.
For our audio listeners, it's a perfectly round building, very much like the Apple campus. Massive fucking thing. I mean,
when was it built?
I can't. She just said I can't remember. I was looking for this.
I think it's quite recent, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it was recent. I think. Oh yeah, reasonably recent as far as construction goes.
Yeah, I think she said that some of the construction took place during
2006 or something like that. 2016. Was that it?
No, I thought she said 20.
Oh, maybe. I mean, again, you don't know with these things. They could be, it's technically you can have building work continue on a building like 2, 3, 4 years after.
No, I think that was when she was talking about that there was a lot of stuff that went on, with new construction for this place because there was flooding and all sorts of stuff. But I think it's wild that there's two buildings, a building within a building, and the people on the outskirts of the building cannot go into the inner building.
Yeah, I also find it interesting.
I would definitely want to sneak in if I worked there.
The parallels between that and the Denver airport as well. The fact of the Denver
airport is a weird one. When they put all those fucking images all over the place.
They've got a reptilian there now, don't they? Is it a reptilian? It's either...
Really?
Yeah, it's either... let me see if I can find it for you to show you. This is quite strange.
They change up the art, don't they? They change it, and it's always... There's never anything that's kind of nice. It's always something weird and... a bit demonic, a little bit like culty looking. Yeah, Denver Airport. That is, I mean, that I tell you something. That's something to do. One of the bite-sized conspiracies on Denver Airport.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's why the fucking website has been taken down. Maybe she put too much information on that website, that they just didn't want people looking into this.
Yeah.
Base.
This is the
Make it big.
the talking gargoyle. Well, the talking gargoyle in Denver Airport.
What, you never seen a talking gargoyle before? Welcome to Illuminati headquarters. I mean, Denver International Airport.
This is awesome.
Hello? Do I know you?
Are you hungry?
Oh, I'm starving. You got anything for me? Those flowers look delicious.
Oh my God! Oh, it's because of the conspiracy.
Oh, it's because of the conspiracy. Look at me. I'm a little know-it-all. Will you get back over here? I got a question about this conspiracy. Did you have to buy an extra seat for your hat, sir? Sir, are you stealing a desk? Sir, you have resting, confused face. Do you have a favorite animal or pet?
A caterpillar?
A caterpillar? Wouldn't you rather have a gargoyle?
No!
Yes! You know, you can actually put the phone down and have a conversation with me. But no, I'm a millennial. I've got to post it. I've got to snap face it and Twitter book it. Excuse me, miss, I've got a stain that needs some polishing. Can I borrow your cleaning cart?
Oh, no!
I need your help. Guess what my favorite food is?
What?
No, I want you to guess.
Human?
Cumin. Yes, I love cumin.
I said human.
Oh, I thought you said cumin. I'm a real big spice guy. Furry hat guy. I can't believe you are wearing one of my friends.
Hey, this isn't your friend.
It used to be until you put it on your head, man.
It's not strange at all.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. If I walk past that thing with my kids ain't gonna want to move.
Oh no!
I think one of them would probably try and take the gargoyle.
What a job for Lee that would be.
Oh, you would have so much fun inside that fucking gargoyle's body.
Yeah.
You'd
But
be piece. You're a cunt. What?
Why I'd be
Lee,
sad.
can you stop calling people names?
But it's just more like awkwardness, like the blue horse that's there at the Denver International
With the
Airport,
big red
which-
eyes.
Big red eyes. It's got all those weird fucking veins that go through it as well. That as it was being finished fell over during the creation of it, and it killed the artist.
Oh, of
Like,
course it did. Yeah. I mean, that's normal.
I believe it was struck by lightning the first night of its installation.
Again, coincidence. This can happen. It
Yeah.
probably was a little bit too high that
Probably
they didn't think it out.
It's fine. Yeah, but again, like they basically built the airport, and then for no apparent reason covered it over, and then built another airport on top of the airport they built. So there's an entire, like at least like 3 subterranean layers of that under like the subterranean layers of the airport. So like underneath where you would imagine like there would be like a basement area and stuff to an airport. Underneath those, there's another fucking airport that they built, and then just covered over the top of it.
Would you know something? And you got me thinking now about Ashton Forbes, because whether you believe the footage that Forbes talks about is real or not, there is a massive campaign out there to discredit that guy and to basically shut him up and to stop him doing what he's doing. I wonder if this part of what's gone on with Moneypenny is that maybe she is on something with this base, that with this building.
Accidentally stumbled on something.
Yeah, and they're like,
and fucking she
don't
threw a
want
dart at a dartboard,
yeah.
and fucking hit the point.
But they're maybe it's not even the one that Ross was talking about. but maybe she's found something. And they're like, we need this to go away. We need people to not speak about this. And we don't want somebody to become a celebrity over speaking about this, like a celebrity researcher, what have you. And, she needs to be stopped. And maybe that's what's happened.
Yeah. I think, I wonder, like, I've got a clip here that I'll play now, actually. I nearly left the studio. That was the wrong button to press.
I'd have got naked.
You are naked.
Well,
I've got a clip from Jesse Michaels here, and you see, part of me, like, I want to listen to this. This was on the Steve Williams podcast, his podcast called Modern Wisdom. I've referenced it a couple of times on this podcast before. He's great. Like, I really like his show. But I find the Jesse stuff interesting because he's really exploded lately. He's been doing some really good stuff. His work on those the alien mummy things that we couldn't get Professor Simon to actually call aliens has been great.
We tried
our very best. But I think here, and just in this 1 minute clip, you can see the gymnastics that the successful influencers have to walk in order to continue to be successful. And I think it's something we haven't really thought about in conspiracy theory, because the idea of conspiracy podcasts and conspiracy theorists and stuff like that is, oh, they're the ones saying the crazy shit. He's talking about fucking aliens. He's talking about fucking fairies. He's talking about Sasquatches. I think there's an Overton window that we don't fully accept. That there's an acceptable line of discord when it comes to this topic, and it's only.
You mean if they don't fall in line,
they fall out?
They
lose
lose.
everything.
So they've got to stay within a certain parameter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a lot of the more interesting stuff at Area 51 made its way to Dugway Proving Grounds, which is a base in Utah. There's some other places that, I don't know, even for America, that's a little more well known. There's some other places that I don't want to mess with American national security, so I don't want to make them.
Or even that.
No, because I don't want to gratuitously out, American science. It's what are you gonna do? You're gonna storm the place, So
Naruto run toward it.
Yeah. So there are places. There are a couple of places. There's one place I guess I'll just say, because I got a bit of a slap on the wrist, but it's it's being discussed. It's Naval Surface Warfare Crane in Indiana, where I think a lot of this sort of spooky research goes on. But I don't know. This is all sort of hearsay.
What do you mean you got a slap on the wrist?
I got some people in and around UFO world being like, maybe you shouldn't, talk about this.
Interesting.
And that's
who can tell Jesse Michaels
what you can talk about. That's what I like. It's okay. It's like when he says, I don't want to get in trouble with the security agency, so that's fine. Who apart from Ashton Forbes tweeted Jesse Michaels saying, if you're worried about this isn't verbatim, so I apologize, but it was something along the lines of, if you're scared of the national security agencies, you're too soft to fight for disclosure. I thought, okay, it's the security agencies, Ashton, are part of the most advanced military war machine that we've ever seen, in human existence. I get why Jesse Michaels might be slightly iffy.
What if some of these people, and we've said this before on the show, they do feed them information, but and that is what gives them that one step ahead of other people, in the game. They're like, well, you need to stay. Don't do that one. Yeah, you do that one, you're gonna probably lose our trust.
I think Jeremy Corbell is is the perfect example of that. No one has walked the line better than him.
Mm.
And
these people that do walk the line, though, how come they never walk together? Like, you don't see the Jesse Michaels with Jeremy Corbell, really. You may have shook his hand, but you don't really see these people, like, crossing swords.
I think there's probably an element of they don't want to dilute their own brand.
Mm.
You know, like there's because realistically, what's Jesse Michaels? Jesse Michaels kind of just wants to do what Jeremy Corbell is doing. You know, like Jeremy Corbell is like I mean, I suppose
I would like to see like a round table meeting, though. You know, once a year. You know, they all come in and go right.
Yeah, I'd love to see that as well. I'd love to. I'd love to see that as well. I think any of that sort of stuff. I think even like on the like mid tier, like UFO like conspiracy people like us as well. It'd be cool. Like if more people like us got together too. I think that'd be really good for everybody. But the yeah, I don't know. Like thinking about it, I don't know why you don't see more super groups. You know, like, let's get the band together and make like one big fucking balls out documentary. I still find it weird that this Age of Disclosure film is kind of in limbo.
Tell me about this.
The Age of Disclosure. I can't remember who the directors are. It's coming.
Yeah,
out.
I know the documentary, but I don't. What do you mean in limbo?
Well, it's just been. It was shown at Cannes Film Festival. I think it was to rapturous applause. Joe Rogan went to Cannes Film Festival to watch it. He said it was fucking incredible. Like I don't. He
watched the full documentary.
He went to Cannes to watch the screening of it. Yeah, and he was like, and I if I'm wrong about this, I'm remembering it wrong. I apologize. He seemed to be just up to the line of going like, it's smoke and gun stuff. He didn't quite say it was smoke and gun stuff, but it was like, it's
I think I remember
compelling.
seeing this. Who did he have on?
Somebody.
Yeah, it was somebody. Yeah, it definitely
was
had somebody opposite
it was a
him
person.
in the room. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it was human.
Yeah. Maybe. Let's not be too hasty. But yeah, like that's still just gotta come into a streaming service near you at some point in the future. Maybe now, maybe tomorrow, maybe last week. I find it weird that documentary that was so lauded that has had like it makes no sense. Like Joe Rogan's talking about your documentary. Do you know what? Do you know when Joe Rogan talks about something you're doing? Do you know when the time is to release it?
When he's talking about it.
Fucking 10 minutes after you heard that he talked about it.
It's not finished. It's not finished. Joe's just fucking spoke about it. Get it fucking out.
Yeah.
I've not finished. The ending doesn't fucking matter.
Like, say my mum was fucking like director. It doesn't matter. I don't even care if my name's on it. Yeah. So that's really weird. I find that given Joe's interest in it, that it's still not out. But it just,
mate, if I'm in the middle of fucking childbirth and we get offered to go on the fucking Joe Rogan show, you know,
if you're in the middle of childbirth, we might be able to go on the Joe Rogan show just because of that.
Well, obviously, I'm not delivering it out of my my tiny slit at the end of my penis. No, that would destroy a penis.
Not mine.
I don't know why men would want to give birth to babies. That would
no one. No.
You would not have a dick
just,
left.
You just said I don't know why men want to give birth to babies like that. No man wants to, Ollie. That's like literally that. Your thought you just had was an original thought that hasn't been thought by another man.
Right. You're welcome. But yeah, no, it's wild that's not out. It is wild. Yeah. Maybe there is something in it. There's something. Can we not get a copy? Someone.
Oh yeah. I'll get right on that. Shall I just tweet them, or shall I try and find the email address out and say
somebody hook us up?
Yeah, that video that like literally only the fucking influential and fucking rich have seen. Any chance you can send it to fucking two dweebs over here? Fuck.
Yeah, but we're fucking sexy dweebs.
We are, Ollie. But I don't think it's going to cut it this time. I just wonder, like, if you're going to hold on to something like that, there has to be a reason for why you're holding on to it. And it's the same as I found it weird. When's the Steven Spielberg UFO thing coming out?
I don't know. I'm sure it's supposed to be out this fucking year.
I think it's this year as well. Expect something when that comes out. Expect something
absolutely
real world when that comes out, because the same thing happened with who's the big director that did the last one?
Oh, I can't remember.
Was it Michael Bay?
I think it could have been Michael Bay.
It was Michael Bay, wasn't it? Yeah. And
I'm just going to say yeah.
And he dropped it right in the middle of like all of the like UFO Congress hearings and all that sort of stuff. Like, how do you like the idea that when you start filming something like that you're gonna have Congress hearings about UFOs? There is no precedent for that. People have said things like that are going to happen for ages. I believe there's another hearing happening soon. The 9th of September is in my head, but I'm not sure whether it is or not.
Well, I'll tell you, if you want to call me a conspiracy theorist,
you're a conspiracy theorist.
I am. I think maybe there's a reason why they play ball. I think there's probably been certain researchers out there. I'm gonna play a short. Tell me if you remember this guy, Lee. So Max Spears, he died in 2016. He's a researcher. I'm going to play a 2-minute clip of him.
Play that, Ollie. I've got some backstory about him after you played it, if you want.
Oh, you've been doing some. Is that essentially going to be eventually one of our little bite size?
Yeah, there's some really fucking cool bite-sized podcasts coming out. I'm so happy everyone's like the response to them has been really good, and it's like I've been really happy about it, because obviously like there's something like that which takes a bit of research and doing, takes a bit of time, because you don't just sit down and speak. It's not like the most natural thing in the world to me to read a script. And yeah, like fucking sorry to burst your bubble, it was scripted. And then to like it takes a bit more editing and stuff like that. As opposed to the zero editing that this podcast usually sees.
Yeah, nothing scripted here.
No. Yeah, it's like I've recorded about 6 of them so far. 5 of them. I've recorded 5, and I'm going to record the 6th tomorrow. And there is a worry of doing stuff like that, because when I put the first one out, which ironically, now you've all heard it, I believe is the weakest that I've done so far. I think they only get better from here.
Oh yeah, no, I would agree there.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the Skinny Bob one. Apart from you didn't speak about the real alien, but we'll come back to that another day.
Yeah, I was trying to do it within a short space of time. But the thing with the thing with doing stuff like that is I wasn't sure how people were going to like it, and I thought when we discussed doing something else, and I discussed it with Ollie, like part of the vision behind it is because this show is like long form, it's fun. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes it's just me and Ollie. You know, we like to talk about cool, interesting stuff, but we like to have a good time as well. I thought if we were going to do something else, there's no point in putting another show on this podcast if it's this if it's another version of what we're already doing. So that's the reason. Like, so it's the exact opposite to what this podcast is. Like, it's one person doing like a focused fucking dive on a single topic with no dick jokes, you know. So I was a bit worried when I put that out that you guys might go not into this at all, and I go, oh, but I've worked so hard. So yeah, it's just I just want everybody to know that I fucking appreciate them for the love they gave it. I'll stop being gay.
No, I like it when you're a little bit.
What was that, Ollie? What did we nearly say then?
Right, here we go. This is Max Spears, and it's kind of a strange clip, but the reason why I want to play it. Here we go.
The creation of this reality begins at the young age. So all the textbooks and all the history books are then written and so that we all collectively believe this particular thing. So then when we all believe it, we all manifest a reality that's based on these books.
Yes.
That's very sneaky and a very clever way to do it, because how do we know the textbooks are they're not. The wars are written by the winners, aren't they? And so the winners write whatever they want to write in there, and then we just believe it. We take it on board. So we start learning that numbers and letters they only give us a very simple version of what numbers and letters are, and there's so much more to what numbers and letters are. Even phonetically, how a word sounds, how you say it when you speak, how it sounds to a person is going to affect them. It's not just a word. You know, I think I wrote the other day. You know, and I think people know this, but you spell a word because words are spells.
Yes.
You say a sentence to somebody, you're literally saying a spell. And words are, that old adage, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words and names will never hurt me.
So this guy, the reason why I want to play that clip, because quite a few people said, well, the guy's clearly like on something. I think maybe you like to smoke a little bit of weed and what have you, but the guy was a big UFO researcher, and he was found dead with like black stuff coming out of his mouth.
Well, I've got a slightly like more in depth thing to read here. So Max Spears was a British conspiracy theorist and researcher who died under very strange circumstances in July of 2016 while in Poland. Officially, his death was attributed to natural causes, but circumstances were anything but clear. Friends and family reported that days before he died, he sent a cryptic message to his mother saying, "If anything happens to me, investigate." Witnesses claimed that he vomited black fluid before he died. What he was talking about before his disappearance was the secret space program and secret super soldier program. Spears often spoke about covert military projects where children were allegedly groomed into becoming super soldiers through trauma-based mind control and advanced technologies. He claimed to be part of such program. That's the reason I put it in there was because I don't think he's on drugs there. He does have that fat 1,000-yard stare, but he also has that like, maybe she's born with it, maybe it's MK Ultra look about
right.
it.
Because there's something about that clip that is just like there's something different about this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. He talked about occult networks. In the months before his death, he gave interviews about secret occult groups and ties to politics, finance, military powers. He suggested that hidden cabals were using ritual practices to maintain control. Now, again, this was before Epstein Island. UFOs and extraterrestrials. He often spoke about contact with non-human intelligences, tying UFO phenomena to both governmental program and ancient forces. He also spoke about paedophilia and elite cover-ups. Perhaps the most disturbing, he began touching on child abuse scandals, tried to be tied to powerful figures. Some believe this was the line he crossed that made him a target. The eerie part is that Spears himself seemed to know he was in danger. Friends said that he was what he was digging into. He described as a satanic cult operating at high levels of power. After speaking on this, his health suddenly began to decline rapidly.
Interesting. So that was 2016 when he passed away. When did
Jeffrey Epstein was arrested in 2016?
Was that when he was arrested?
I believe so. Let me check that. I think so.
That'd be 2016 does ring a bell with Jeffrey Epstein for something. That's when it felt like the whole Epstein train started.
Yeah, I think it was 2016, or was it 2019? Oh no, he died in 2019. No, yeah, it was 2016.
Wow.
I'm sure it was 2016. He was arrested. I'm not gonna
put two and two together, but I mean, it's it's interesting.
I just think there's a lot of this stuff, especially when it comes to like child trafficking and all these other things, which sound like fucking gross to even think about.
What, when it comes to UFOs, you mean?
I think there's a connection between it. Yeah.
Well, was it Michael Herrera, the guy that said that they were trafficking,
using them for human trafficking? Yeah.
That UFO that he when he was there, he got intercepted by a specialist team that had like no markings of any kind to where they were from, and they flanked them round, and they literally what they saw there was a fucking like big fucking craft with what he now believes was trafficking humans.
Well, Herrera is an interesting case as well. For those that don't know Herrera, you had Michael Herrera and two other guys. Was one called Doug?
I think he was called
I can't
Doug.
remember. There was a contractor that says he saw like a flying slab in a military base, because he and his father were building contractors that worked for the military, and they were going to price some work up, and he got a glimpse of this like levitating square, like obelisk sort of looking motherfucker. Then there was another guy whose name escapes me, who was Eric Hecker. Yeah. I've tried to get in contact with Eric Hecker. I wanted to try and get him on the podcast. I haven't managed to get hold of him yet, but I will. Even if you go back to fucking Antarctica, I'll find you, Hecker.
Yeah. What the heck are you thinking of getting in touch with?
I could have done that, Ollie. Obviously, I thought of that. I thought about like a million jokes like that, but it was just, it wasn't classy. You let yourself down. You let the team down.
Classy about me, Lee.
But most of all, you let the audience down.
No, I'm not. God, really not. I've got my dick out right now. You know, I'm naked from the waist down. I have no dignity.
Aren't we all? Yeah, so and he worked as a radar type guy, I believe. He's a fireman, wasn't he?
No,
he was in charge of.
Hecker, no, I think he was a plumber.
I thought it was fire. Because that's
no,
he's
plumber. I'm sure it was a plumber. It was something to do with the pipes in Antarctica.
Yeah, and like he had all this stuff about what they were using for like direct energy
ask him when he comes on.
High fucking altitude, weather manipulation, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then there was this other guy, this Michael Herrera guy, who was a active military guy who was on operations. Was it in Cambodia?
I want to say Cambodia, but I may not be right.
Yeah, I might be wrong with that as well. But anyway, fucking right out there, leafy looking.
There's probably
motherfucker.
been one in Cambodia. Let's put it that way. So it's fine.
Cambodia, Vietnam, something like that. And but I think
Lots
I think
of
it was
leaves.
Yeah. If, like, looks, every single fucking centimeter of that place looks like Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And him and the guys he was with came across mercenary looking guys, no patches, a huge like octagon size UFO
Black craft
that was in this clearing that they were loading people into in crates, essentially like large crates of people, and they were kind of warned by the people, like, just fucking get the fuck out of here. I like, don't look back and we won't open fire. That strikes me as weird. It strikes me as weird they didn't just fucking murder them. But what I think gives his story more credence now is that he hasn't really tried to make any money out of it. He's just said a story in a few podcasts.
None of them have.
No. Well, I would argue Hecker. Is definitely, he's become.
No,
Hecker.
he's been interviewed. I don't think he's not done anything himself. I don't see. How
He's got a website. He is Hecker, the UFO guy now.
Okay.
Yeah, his website is very, very much like, come speak to me about fucking flying saucers, buddy. Not flying, but you know what I mean. His story anyway. But like, Hecker was quite withdrawn from it and stuff like that. Then he did like one last interview and he said, "Look, I'm out because all this
was
stuff."
Was that on Sean Ryan?
No, he did. Sean Ryan was one of the first ones, because like he did Sean Ryan just after because these guys were all brought forward by Stephen Greer for like one of his national press clubs, and
all of them had quite a good words to say about Greer, to be fair.
Yes, yeah. I thought, well, look, I don't know. I don't know what I think about Greer these days. I really don't. And do you know what? It's a completely different conversation, so it's probably best just skipping over it. But yeah, they all did Sean Ryan shortly after that, and then Greer finished it off, didn't he? Like that like little mini series of it. That's how I found out about Sean Ryan. I hadn't listened to his show ever before then. But yeah, he basically came out and said, "Look, there is fucking no protections for whistleblowers. It's all bullshit. I've been given no support. Nobody wants to. I'm here. I'm willing to testify. Nobody will take me into Congress to testify about this. Nobody cares. So I am officially withdrawing myself from this. I'm not speaking about my story anymore. I'm good." Like, I think he's opened a business somewhere, like a. I can't remember where his business is, but he said, "I'm just leave me alone." Essentially, I find like, so he hasn't benefited from his story in the slightest.
No. See, the thing, what can they do to these whistleblowers now, though, other than discredit them? You know, they've told everything they know. What's the point in doing anything other than just shutting them up?
Well, Ollie, we don't know. I mean, we literally just spoke about a guy there that started talking about conspiracy theories and ended up throwing up black fluid and fucking dying.
Yeah, and I've seen a reporter talking to his mum, and his mum is convinced that there was foul play. From what I saw from the report, that's what it seemed like. Yeah, there's probably been more of them, you know. There's probably been ones that we don't even know about. You know, when you get too close to people that are just researchers, you know, Gary in his bedroom on his computer, he gets too close to something.
Fucking hell, Gary.
And they kill
Gary
him.
should know better. Gary needs to keep his fucking ideas to himself.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes you wonder, though, doesn't it? Like, when you've got how do you play the game right? because you were just talking. You just showed the clip there. Do you mind? Have you got the clip up of Jesse Michaels, where he's just yeah.
The one I just did.
Yeah, he said there. I got close to some. What did he say? He got close to something, and he said, "No, you need to be quiet with that." It was the gist of it. It just makes me wonder, how do they know the rules of the game? You know, how do they know what they can and can't talk about?
Well,
who tells them these rules?
Yeah, we'll play this again because I know what you're getting to. Just call me Young Jamie.
I think a lot of the more interesting stuff at Area 51 made its way to Dugway Proving Grounds, which is a base in Utah. There's some other places that, like, I don't know, even for like America, that's a little more well known. There's some other places that, like, I don't want to mess with American national security, so I don't want to make them.
You're even that.
No, because I don't want to gratuitously out, American side. It's like, what are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna storm the place, So
Naruto run toward it.
Yeah. So there are places. There are a couple of places. Like, there's one place I guess I'll just say, because I got a bit of a slap on the wrist, but like, it's it's being discussed. It's Naval Surface Warfare Crane in Indiana, where I think a lot of this sort of spooky research goes on. But I don't know. This is all sort of hearsay.
What do you mean you got a slap on the wrist?
I got some people in and around UFO world being like, maybe you shouldn't, talk about this.
Wait a minute. Fuck it, mate. I've had that. I've got an Ollie moment here, and it's a good Ollie moment.
Have you just weed yourself?
No, I'm putting 2 and 2 together and making 6, mate. So, Moneypenny has just had the website taken down.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did Jesse Michaels say this?
Yes, yesterday. This podcast was released.
When was
today.
that podcast recorded?
We could never know. Could have been this week. Could have been last week. Could have been next week.
Say it was this week.
I like podcasts in general aren't recorded that far in advance.
Do you reckon it was recorded after Moneypenny gave the location at base? Can you imagine if some of these people,
probably
like Jesse Michaels, say they are in, like we said this, haven't we? We said Corbell is giving information, Jesse's giving him information. This is how that also the good editors, they're clearly talented at what they do, and they present well. I'm never going to take that away from them. But who makes it in UFO land? The people that play ball. What if there is that bit of government intelligence there, then when they, national security, like, guys, we need you to slip this in to your next interview. Because, and they may not even say the reasons why. They may not even say that because Moneypenny's fucking...
It was recorded on the 18th of August.
18th of August. Right, okay.
I believe so. Like, there's a picture of him with Chris Williams on the...
So it was recorded yesterday. Do you see what I'm getting at here, Lee?
Not really, but that's probably just
so. Moneypenny talks about the base in Nebraska, was it?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then a huge name in UFO world, and this is not me saying that Jesse has done this deliberately. What if Jesse got told, listen, by one of his sources, we need you to drop this in your next... What if they get told to drop certain pieces of information by their handlers almost, yeah? And...
But what information did he drop? That's what I'm confused about here.
He dropped the information. He said he said there, I'm not supposed to speak about this, but hey ho, I'm going to speak. I can say this, and it's another base. He spoke about a completely different place. to what?
Oh no, the Dugway Proving Ground has been.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is,
for a while,
it moves the conversation because I've just seen Vetted talk about this now. I've just seen big people in UFO world. And this again, I'm not accusing Vetted of anything either. But what I'm saying is, they know the big guys is going to follow a trend, and it's going to make things like Moneypenny's claims to this base maybe go away or go quiet.
Maybe, right? Okay.
I just find it interesting that has just come out now when this has happened.
Yeah,
and I've only just touched the nipple on this on the end. I didn't even think about this until we were doing the show.
But what you've got is, like, because Modern Wisdom's a big podcast. Chris, I don't know if Chris Williams moved to. He might have moved to America now. He might live in Texas, but either way, the stars would have to very much align for all those things. Like,
would they?
Yeah, because he wouldn't have been able to be booked in to do this. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, he'd have already been booked in. But
so
what if he gets?
So it's just a happy accident.
Yeah. Now, what if he just gets a message that says, "Listen, I don't know what show you're doing now, but just drop this information." And these are the same people that might drop him a fucking cool fucking UFO information as well.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying. The only issue I've got with that is that people have for fucking decades. People in the 90s were talking about stuff from Area 51 being moved to.
No, I know that, but it's just, I just find it weird that right now, none of the big dicks right now are talking about the base that Moneypenny.
I think, and I always go back to this when people talk about plants and people talk about being.
I don't think Jesse Michaels is a plant, by the way. I'm not saying that.
No, exactly. I don't, and this is what I'm trying to get at. If you turned around to someone and say, right, it's like, let's say you just turn to us, like one of us, and says, right, you're going on a podcast next week, right? Okay. We don't need to do anything, but we want you to drop in that reptilians are actually purple. I think it would fuck up the entire podcast because in the back of your mind we'd be like, where can I fucking hammer this in? And it would be crowbarred. That was a real natural conversation they were just having there. I don't. It's one of the reasons I don't believe that there's so many people like controlled assets and stuff, is because most people, like most people that say, "Oh, these are controlled" or something like that, or this is disinformation, that's disinformation. Those people couldn't get away with lying to their wives that they went to the bar, after work. Lying is really difficult unless you're a psychopath.
I know that this goes on. I know that Corbell's been given information. I know that he's been,
and sometimes when he speaks, he's awkward as fuck, and it's weird. Like the 2027 thing. That's what I'm trying to get at. I think it's obvious though when people are doing those things. I don't think it's. I think there's better ways to put that information out than a upper mid-level podcast like.
Well, like I say, I'm putting two and two together and making six. You're like, but I still find it pretty wild. I think that something like this could definitely go on.
I think it's interesting. I think there's probably 100 times where people have said similar things like that when it hasn't been around, like the money.
Or maybe there's just fucking shitloads of bases with fucking things underneath them.
I think there's probably shitloads of bases with stuff going on in them. The thing with Moneypenny is, like, that made some real noise. The only issue I have with them, like, doing some sort of like counter fucking intelligence operation to make it disappear, is I think it's already disappeared. I don't think they need to do it. You stick the attack dogs on it, you discredit the information, you then make it more difficult for her to continue operating. Shot across the bow, your website's down. We've already fucking
Yeah, but
talk about your family.
Look at like when I can't remember when was it when Maxwell had been arrested.
Jizzy Maxwell.
There's always things that goes on in the news that gets you to look in a different direction. What if the same thing happens in the UFO world?
I'm absolutely sure it does. I'm just not sure that this is this is what's going on here. What I'm more interested in when it comes to this now is, right, let's say, and I do believe some of these people, I think there's a couple of useful idiots that are in the like Twitter attack groups. I think there's some people that are definitely controlled, like not even just like useful idiots, like known assets that have got a job to do, and they've done it, and they do it like probably fucking with a bit of a hard on as well. If there was something to what Moneypenny was saying, and all she did was do two TikTok videos. Then she posted what she thought she'd found, and even that, you could have discredited that quite easily by going, oh, fucking hell, like, you know, she used fucking ChatGPT to do it, and it would have been quickly gone to like, oh yeah, the English woman that you just used fucking AI to come up with a conspiracy theory. You could have explained that away so quickly, but the fact they pulled her website down, and if that's what happened, like, we'll have to wait and see whether the story develops. But just for the sake of this conversation, we'll say they did take a website down. How many other people is that here that happened to that we might not hear about? Because we were probably one day, if we spent one day where, because now and again, like, we'll have a day where both of us will go, oh, I've been fucking run ragged today, or like I don't know anyone else out
senseless,
there. Yeah, but sometimes, but there's certainly times like doing as many shows as we do.
Well, this is why at the minute is with how busy my working away is with me. Yeah. Like we're having to do 3 a week, and you're really nailing it with the bite-sized bits.
Yeah, but it's also good to check out now and again. Like, there's sometimes where like Friday will roll around. Friday's usually my day where Friday will roll around. I'll go, right, especially if I can get the omnibus edition, like, all pieced together and mixed and uploaded, ready to go out on Friday morning when it should go out this week. I will just check out, go, right, okay, no more conspiracies for Lee. No conspiracy theories today for Lee. And if we'd have done that with Moneypenny, this is what I'm trying to get to, I think we'd have missed that whole story. It exploded, and then it fucking died down. And it just makes me think, then, if that's what they can do to this one lady so quickly, then does that mean that, like what Ashton does, although people like to try and think that what he's talking about, sort of like 0 point energy and stuff like that, going, oh, no one wants you to know this.
But can I just...
Maybe they do.
I see what... I completely get where you're coming from with this. I'll tell you what, 2 things there. One, when Moneypenny did the reveal and it was ChatGPT, I even said, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" But then when I started thinking about it, she asked the smartest thing in the fucking world right now, pretty much.
I think that's overplaying it slightly. She did was the best consumer-based curator. Say that, the best consumer-based curator. Yeah.
But just hold on a second, because I've seen my mum use this, and when you can ask it and ask it and ask it, and you can get it to keep digging and keep digging and keep digging and giving you more information. So she's got all that information, and then she's built that on the back of the information that she's being given. So she's essentially what she's done. She's just used the ChatGPT as the World Wide Web, but giving them information a lot quicker than it would be to fucking browse for it. But the second thing the point that I want to make is, I want to go back to Jesse Michaels there for a second, because he said that somebody told him that he needed to, like, basically not talk about this place. Why drop that into the sentence right now?
And
that
Ollie,
seemed weird. That seemed a really good way of getting that in. You said it was 1 second. You said to me a few minutes ago that, well, hang on, because it's not natural just to pull that in.
I think,
but just 1 second.
I think obsessing about that being connected to the money pay
No.
is reductive.
But I just want to say this: it is a way to get that in. Would be to say somebody told me I shouldn't really be speaking about this. That's a good way of getting it in.
Yeah, but I think unfortunately you're missing the interesting part of that, though. Is he turned around, he said, somebody. He said, well, he didn't say somebody. He said people in and around the UFO world have told me not to do this. It's the around the UFO bit that gets me. So what's that mean? What does around it? So because he says in it. So right in it, you're talking about other influences. You talk about David Grush type people. You talk about Lou Elizondo people. They're the people that are in it. In it and around. I want to know what the around is. Because I bet you fucking, like, I bet you a month's wages that the around people are more important than the in it people.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But I just don't think the two are connected. But it does make me wonder, if they can take Moneypenny out so quickly for this one thing, then why are 90% of the people out there saying and doing stuff still there?
Listen, if the website has been taken down because
it definitely has. I've checked.
Yeah, no, but if that's the reason why it's been taken down, I'm not going to rule anything out.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
So yeah, I don't know. It's weird. There's too many coincidences in life for me. I'm like, that kind of rings a bell. Yeah, I don't know. This is one of the reasons why I'm fucking glad to be out of the whole UFO thing, as actually doing the research with it, because it's a sticky fucking subject. It's full of bitches.
Yeah, no, it is. It's more the people that are. It's more the debunkers people. I'm really confused by. I'm really, really confused what's in it for some of them. I get the people, because that's the thing. Like, nobody. I don't think anyone really makes money out of being a debunker.
I think Mick West does.
I think Mick West definitely does. Definitely does. I don't think it's his I don't think it's his only source of income, but or his only revenue stream from it. I should say. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't think any of the attacky people are making any cash from it. So why are they doing it? They've been whipped up into a frenzy where I genuinely think it's like a dopamine like response. They've been groomed by the industry, the UFO industry, those type of people, and they've just got used to it. So like you get the people that just, the first thing they do in the morning is go online. They put UFO Twitter and go, who's posted what today? How can I get in an argument with them? How can I debunk this? And it's fucking sympathetic nervous system central. They're desperately desperately searching to make somebody else upset.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of these people are just arseholes, but I think some of them mean business and are paid to do it.
I think it's dead. Well, look, I mean, when we had Professor Simon on Tuesday's show,
I was just about to mention that.
Yeah, and he said, look, he thinks that people have got in touch with him on Patreon, and that they have a budget to subscribe and to follow these people, and get in their ears. Essentially, I find that really interesting. And if any of you out there would like to sponsor our Patreon to get in our ears are open for business.
Yeah, his ears, his legs, whatever.
Like,
that seems like a good note to park this ship.
It does seem like a good place to park the ship. Go do all the links, guys. Links are in the description of this podcast. Please go and vote for us on the British Podcast Awards. You guys are we're still getting like people pop up saying, I've just voted for you like 7 times on all my email addresses. Go do it. You could make a real difference by doing that for us. We hope you're enjoying the new shows we're putting out. I think we're putting some bangers out lately, so
feel free to use clips as well, people. If you want to use the clips, just feel free. You don't need to ask permission. Just use them. Just give us a link back to our podcast.
Yeah, just tag us, put a name in it, something like that. Just do something with it. That would make our day. Ollie, take us out, buddy.
Well, back to Jesse Michaels and Moneypenny.
Yeah.
I've got nothing for you, Lee.
Oh.
Nothing.
Was that one of those moments where you go, well,
I was waiting for you just to fucking end it.
Oh.
And you didn't do it. So then you left me hanging. And I'm like, I thought you would actually do the thing where you cut me off. But you didn't do it. And now you just make me look like a cunt. Thanks. I'm going to stand up and show you my dick. I don't make me fucking do it. I will.
I'll take that community guideline strike.
I'll fucking rub it for a bit as well. Yeah. I know you do that at the gym, by the way, Barry. When you come out of the fucking shower, you dirty bastard.